Well, hey there, good viewers. Welcome back to another Shop Talk Tuesday live. If this is your first time here, my name is Nathan, and on Tuesday nights we go live here on the Goodview Woodworks channel. And what we do is we just talk about some things that are happening behind the scenes at the Goodview Woodworks shop. So I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you for the thumbs up. There's a few things that I wanted to talk about tonight. I noticed if you notice the thumbnail, we're going to talk about the Cheapskate challenge. So hey, if there's anybody tuning in, why don't you comment on the chat and let me know where you're from. Myra, what's up? How you doing? How's your week been? How have you guys been? Has it been warming up? It's been warming up here in Virginia. I think it was in the 80s last week, and then it last night it dropped down to 40 degrees. Got a little cooler, but it's warm. So Myra, you said you don't like that? You don't like it being warm? Hey Eric, how's it going from Nova Scotia? What's going on? From Cyprus. Kaola, hey. Hi, it's nice to see you here. It must be really early in the morning for you, huh? In Cyprus. Oh, Mario said no, you're pissed at your epoxy project. Why? What happened? So guys, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the channel. I want to say thank you for watching. Thanks for liking and subscribing and doing all the things. I really appreciate it. And so tonight we're going to talk about the hashtag Cheapskate challenge. And so far we've already had one person enter the challenge. And so I want you guys to keep it in your memory that on Friday, this Friday, the 19th, on Good Friday, at 12 p.m., midnight, that's when the entries are due. And all you have to do is send it to my Facebook page, Goodview Woodworks, a picture of your epoxy project, excuse me, and or send it to my Instagram at Goodview Woodworks. Just a picture. We had one gentleman send something in today, and he sent me a picture of his receipt from Lowe's and his project, which was really awesome. I'm not going to spoil it for you. It was really cool. Very creative. So Myra says that the your form leaked. So I'm sorry to hear that. Jay, how are you? How's it going? Says, how you doing? My name is Jay from Morristown, Tennessee. You have a wonderful evening. Hey Jay, nice to see you here tonight. So Myra says, I thought the mold was secured enough, but I guess not. So tell me what did you use to secure your mold? What did it look like? Did you use pocket hole screws and tape, or did you caulk the corners? What happened? Give a shout out to LaCroix, LA Croix. These things are delicious. So Myra says, I used hot glue and silicone. Miguel, I don't speak Spanish, but it says hello from Mexico, I'm guessing. So guys, I wanted to give you an update on the Cheapskate challenge. So like I said before, the deadline is this Friday at midnight, and what we're gonna do is whoever enters, my wife and I will choose the top 3 that we think are the coolest ones, and also we'll post all the pictures on Facebook and stuff of all the entries, but we'll get the top 3, and then I'll make a poll on YouTube and have you guys vote for the number 1 to see who was the most creative for the Cheapskate challenge. And what we'll do is I'll get your information and we will send out a t-shirt, a Goodview Woodworks t-shirt to the winner. Myra says that the epoxy ate the tape. Hey, what kind of epoxy did you use? Was it packing tape, or what kind of tape was it? So NASCAR 89 says, so what exactly is the challenge? Okay, great question. So what the challenge is I presented the challenge as an epoxy project. The challenge part is that you have to go to a store, no online stores. You had to go to a store, and all your materials that you needed to purchase has to come from one store, from the same store. So I have Home Depot is what I used, and I'll be posting up a video on Friday, so you guys can see what I made for the Cheapskate challenge. And I had to buy everything from Home Depot. So what's cool, Home Depot has some epoxy. Lowe's, I know, has some epoxy. Michael's and Hobby Lobby, those are a few stores that have them. And I think Walmart sells it online, but if you order it and have it shipped to the store, you can still pick it up from the store, so that's like a way around it. So that's the challenge, is just to make something out of epoxy, and you get to choose what it is. It could be big, could be small, whatever you want to do, and have it, and send a picture of the completed project to me on Instagram at Goodview Woodworks, and on our Facebook page. You could do either one of those, the Goodview Woodworks Facebook page. So NASCAR 89, great question. Myra says he used Total Boat and tuck tape. Okay, so I'm glad that you brought up Total Boat. So Total Boat reached out to me this past week and sent me some epoxy, and I have not had a chance to use it, but so next week, not this weekend because it's the Cheapskate challenge, but next weekend I'll be posting a video on a project that I do with Total Boat epoxy, so I'll get to see how it works too. Hey Christian, hey from Australia. Hey Christian, that's thank you, I really appreciate that. Christian says, I love your work. Hey man, thank you very much. What time is it there in Australia? So Shyam says, how do I clean the brush after using epoxy? Well, to be honest, if I were you, I would buy the really cheap brushes and just throw them away. I don't usually try to clean them. I've tried to clean them using mineral spirits and things like that and have had no luck. So I usually buy the cheapest brushes I can, and then I just throw them away when I'm done. However, I did see some people on buying the silicone basting brushes, like you usually use for the kitchen, to put sauce on things with, and they tape 2 of them together and use that. And that way when the epoxy cures on them, they can just pull them right off and they can reuse those brushes, and I'll have to try that as well. So Christian, you're up early, 7:30 a.m. That's awesome. So Rusty, yes, I did like your project. It was really, really cool. Thank you for entering it. I showed some people at work, and they thought it was pretty awesome too. you had some ingenuity in that project. So, like I was saying about the total boat epoxy, I had a few companies reach out to me this past couple weeks, and so I had Total Boat. They sent me some things, and also I had Incredible Solutions. If you've seen some of my past videos of like the serving tray that has the 2 cookies. Here, I'll show you. This serving tray here. That was made with the Incredible Solutions epoxy, and they reached out to me, and they have a new product. It's the same product they had before with the countertop epoxy, but they sell it now in a 2-gallon kit. So they sent that to me this week as well, and I'll be posting a video using that too. So, hey, Christian says, just getting ready for work, so I have to go soon. Hey, man, well, thank you just for hanging out with us for this short time. I'm glad that you stopped by and clicked on this video. You're awesome. So we'll be using that, and if you guys have any suggestions on something you'd like to see with countertop epoxy, feel free to leave a comment down in the chat section. And and then the third company that it will be sending me some stuff this week is called Starbond. I'm not sure if anybody if you guys have heard of Starbond. What they do is they make CA glue or super glues, and they come in black and clear, and it's made to stabilize wood. So if you have these big cracks or checks in the wood you're going to use, you can fill it with Starbond CA glue and keep it from cracking anymore. So I'm really excited to use all these products and get some really cool content out for you guys in the next month. So it's going to be really, really exciting. Also, I have an update on the giveaway, and so right now we're in the process of fine-tuning the details of the giveaway, but I'm really excited. I went ahead and bought the LEDs for the backlit river. And what we're going to do for the giveaway is we're going to be making a river table, coffee table, and we're going to have the river backlit with LEDs. And so we'll be giving that away, and I will keep you guys in the loop as soon as we build that project and as soon as we get the giveaway details taken care of, because a lot of places doing a giveaway, a lot of states consider doing a giveaway as a lottery or a sweepstakes, and it's illegal in some states. So what I have found out though, that hey Christian, you have a great day too, man. God bless you. So with the river table and the giveaway, they consider it a sweepstakes, which is illegal in some states. And so I just wanted to make sure that here in Virginia that it was not illegal. And so what we're going to be doing is, as long as we type up everything and make sure every base is taken care of, then we'll be able to do this giveaway. And I think it's heading that direction. We're going to be able to do a really cool giveaway for you all. So Myra says, I love Total Boat. It cures quickly and very clear. Well, that's great news, because I'm really excited to use it. Albert Sargent says, I can't wait to make my first river shelf this coming week. Thanks for all the how-to videos. Hey, not a problem, my friend. Not a problem at all. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys be creative and help you design the things that you want to make for yourself. So not a problem at all. Saber Sauce says, someone got a fresh haircut. You know that's right. I needed one bad. I was starting to get the squares on the side like Wolverine. So I needed to get that thing cut off quickly. And then my wife Erin asked if I would shave my face, so I did that for her as well. Thanks for noticing. Also, I have some good news about some new t-shirts and stuff. We found a new place. I was using Teespring for some t-shirts and hoodies and things like that, but I ordered my own over a month ago and I still haven't got anything in, so I think we're gonna not use Teespring for that. And I found a local place where we're gonna get some t-shirts and hoodies and long sleeves and things made up. So if you guys are wanting some of those, we'll have some ready here pretty soon. Sabersaw says all that dust buildup from the yacht table. Yeah. Teresa says, hey, yeah, finally making it to live. Really like your style. Hey, Teresa, thanks. I think I know I always get comments from you say, oh, you just missed it. Well, I'm glad you decided to make it tonight. It's really cool. And I think, was it you the one time that you were in traffic and were watching from inside the car? Jacob says, I like your style. You remind me of myself. I wish I had your connections. Well, hey, Jacob, I'm not sure what connections you mean, but I really appreciate that. Well, Teresa, I hope you're not watching in your car this time. I hope you stay safe. That would be terrible to be watching in the car and get in an accident because of the Shop Talk Tuesday Live. Shyam says, I got a sample kit from Stone Coat Countertops. Do you suggest any other brand epoxy to use in river table but still non-toxic? Well, so far, Stone Coat Countertops is the only one that I know of. Well, there's two companies. So Stone Coat Countertops and Epoxy sell a casting resin for river tables depending on how thick you're going. And it's just my preference to use a casting resin so that you can pour it all in one pour so that you don't have to do several layers and wait a lot of time in between layers. But another guy that was just posting earlier, let me go back up here. Let me see here. Myra says, I'm sorry, Myra, if I can't remember. So please forgive me if guy or girl, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I think guy, but so Myra was using Total Boat. So you could also use Total Boat for your river table too, because he said it cures really quickly. It cuts down on time. Rich says, dang, I'm late. Evening all. Hey, Rich, I'm glad you decided to make it tonight. And Richard Collins says, hey, Nathan, Richard from Michigan, finally here. Hey, Richard, I'm glad you decided to make it too, man. If you guys have any questions, don't forget to feel free. Don't forget you can just type it right in the chat, send it to me, and we'll go over everything. So Layla says, hey there, I'm new here. Hope Rusty wins. Layla, I'm glad you're here too. So Layla, do you have an entry for the Cheapskate challenge? Oh, Jacob says for your supplies and lumber. He was asking, or he was questioning my suppliers, my connections. So Jacob, I got you. Well, check this out. Maybe later on this week, I'm going to talk to another guy. I haven't been there yet, but in Yorktown, Virginia, there's a gentleman that has a kiln and a lumber mill, and he mills up a bunch of black walnut. So maybe I can get a video and I don't know if he ships or not, but maybe he'll be able to ship to wherever you guys are, and I can get some information for you all. Richard says, how do you enter? Okay, Richard, so to enter the Cheapskate Challenge, you must build an epoxy project of some sort, and you must get all of your materials from a single store, and it cannot be an online store. It must be a brick and mortar store, one that you walk into and get your materials. If you have some materials at home already, like wood and scrap pieces here and there, or paint or something like that, you feel free to use that. But if you do buy it, if you go buy epoxy, you need to buy the epoxy from a store, whichever store you can choose. It could be a craft store like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or it could be a home improvement store like Lowe's or Home Depot, whatever you choose. So you must buy your epoxy and things from a store, and then be innovative and use the rest of the materials, from whatever you have at home. If you have to buy everything, it's got to be from one store. You can use stuff laying around the house too as well. And the way that you enter is just send me the picture of your final product to my Facebook page or our Facebook page, the Goodview Woodworks page, or you can send it to Instagram at Goodview Woodworks. So Jeremy says, evening, are you going to have another challenge at a later date? Due to my saw being sent in for repair, I do not believe I will make this deadline. Jeremy, it's all right. Yeah, we're going to continue to have challenges all the time. This is really fun. We'll see how this one goes. But yeah, I plan on doing challenges from here on out. So it could be another Cheapskate challenge, or it could be one that you guys suggest. So I really like the hashtag Cheapskate challenge because, we want it to be a little bit difficult. We want it to be a challenge. And so far it's been pretty fun. Rich says, thumbs up game needs more thumbs up. I know, right? Rich says, I need the no talent challenge. That's funny. Jay Thomas says, so when are you starting the Goodview Plumbing channel? I need an epoxy resin toilet. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know, man. Probably won't be doing that, but that would be really cool to do a toilet. Beth says, you are the fourth person on YouTube that I watched to get glue from Starbond. They must want you all to promote it. Yeah, so yeah, they reached out to me. They must be trying to push some of their stuff, but I have used Starbond in the, before, and it works really well. So I don't know if it just froze or not. Do I look like it's frozen? Does it look frozen to you guys, the feed? Layla says, no, sadly I'm not that creative, but sounds like Rusty is. Good luck to him. It's sad he's the only entry for now. Yes, yeah, it is a little bit, but it's also pretty cool that somebody did enter. I'm really excited to see. We have a few more days left, so hopefully we'll get some more entries. Jay says it dropped for me for a second. Is it back up, Jay? Jacob says, I have done an epoxy toilet lid and tank top. They are cool. That's cool, Jacob. Hey, can you do me a favor and send me? I'd like to see a picture of those. If you send it to my Instagram, if you would, that'd be great. Myra says it's blurry, but probably just my cheap service. LL. Well, I'll tell you, it's probably mine. I live out in the country, and we have a satellite dish that we get internet service from, so it's probably me. Rusty says, were you able to get a reaction video of the buffet delivery from your mom? I hope she's feeling better. Your dad had typical dad enthusiasm. No, I did not. She did not when I was there, so she lives a couple hours away. If you guys saw from the video, you could probably hear her voice in the background. Yeah, she just wasn't feeling well and didn't really want to be on camera. But she really, really liked it. She said that she was excited, and she messaged my wife, talked to her the other day, and said that she's filling it with a whole bunch of antique dishes and stuff. So she's really excited to have it. Jay, that is nasty. Oh, that's gross. I'm not even gonna repeat that. Jacob says, I'll enter. I have a TV tray from Walmart. Okay. Did you make the TV tray? So Jacob, yeah, Instagram, I mean, Facebook is fine. You can find me on Good View Woodworks Facebook page. Rich says, looks like you'll have to build something else for her so we can see a reaction. Okay. She's already asked me for some other things, so maybe we'll do something for her. Shyam says, do you prefer using wax polish or tape for the mold? And what's the difference between duct tape and tuck tape? Those are good questions. So on the river table, I actually used an automotive wax. It's called turtle wax. And I was really surprised. It popped right up off the melamine without any problems at all. Very, very surprising. And so I will definitely be using that again. And then what's the difference between duct tape and tuck tape? Okay, so duct tape is for, it's silver, it's used for duct work and things like that, but tuck tape is sheathing tape. It's used for the outside of houses before they put the siding on. It's used to tape up the moisture barrier. And so it's a plastic tape. It's not like duct tape. So that's why it's more like a really strong packaging tape or packing tape. So it actually has its own release on it. So if you pour some epoxy on it, it doesn't stick to it. Epoxy will stick to duct tape though. Richard says, I didn't realize how big the buffet was until I saw it in place. I know, that thing is huge, right? Layla says, I'm good at painting, mostly splatter paintings. Well, that's really cool. Have you tried epoxy splatter paintings? Rich says, you can build me a table and film my reaction. I'll make that sacrifice for you. Oh, that's funny. I bet you would. I will say what's coming up really soon is my wife and I are renovating what we call the front rooms in our house. Our house is built in 1937, and it used to have a front porch that went across the front of the house. However, years ago, it was built in to form 2 more rooms, and so on the left side of our house will be our office. It'll be our office, and we're going to be building a really cool desk for all the computer stuff. And so I'm really excited about that. We'll be seeing that pretty soon here. Myra says, I second that, LOL. Yeah, I'm sure you do. So Joe Lake says, I'm watching from Surprise, Arizona. Really enjoy your show. Probably about the 4th live chat I've seen. Hey, Joe Lake. Well, this is the first time I think I've read your handle here on YouTube. I'm glad you're here. thanks for watching. I really appreciate that. And like I've said before, guys, thank you for supporting this channel by watching the videos and commenting and liking and sharing and all the things. I really, really appreciate that. And for those guys who have sent super chats in the past, we really appreciate that. You know, I would really like to continue to do Goodview Woodworks for a long time. And as long as you guys continue supporting this channel, I'll be able to continue making content for you guys. So I really appreciate you guys. You know, not even monetarily, just coming on and sharing and liking and all those things. It's really, really cool. Letitia, is that how you say your name? Letitia says, hello, my first time watching you from Michigan. Love your work. Letitia, well, thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Thanks for coming and watching. That's really, really cool. What's the weather like this evening in Michigan? Is it cold there? Oh, I'm sure it is. I have family in Michigan, and Beth says you're from Michigan as well. It's 43 degrees. Wow, that is chilly. Today here in Virginia, I got up to like 72 degrees, which is really awesome. So Layla the Panda says, I can make you a splatter painting. I'll enter it in the Cheapskate if that's allowed. Yes, it is. Any kind of epoxy project, that it does not matter. That would be really cool to enter into the Cheapskate challenge. You are totally allowed. Jeremy says it was 70 in Northeast Indiana today. That sounds awesome. Thomas says, I have a question. Can you put pictures on a table and then do a flood coat on top of it? Yes, you can. Totally can. I would recommend that you somehow glue the picture down first. Like if you took a little bit of epoxy and put just a little bit and spread it out where you're going to apply it, and then use a squeegee to squeegee all the air out of it. Let that cure first, and then pour your flood coat on top so it doesn't try to float or get air bubbles or anything under it. Craig says, I know how you feel. We've had a cold front here in Florida in the morning. What did you say? It gets into the mid-60s, chilly. Mid-60s. Mid-60s is pretty comfortable. How is Florida other than the 60s? Weather been nice? We had a thunderstorm the other night that was really windy, caused a lot of damage here. Thomas, I appreciate that. Shime says, hey, Layla, I'm going to do an epoxy painting too. Can't wait to see one of yours. You know what, guys? That's what I'm doing. I'm doing some epoxy art as well. It'll be my first time. Once you guys see the video, hopefully you guys won't make fun of me too much for my first painting. Joe says, pain in the upper 80s, low 90s for a week in Surprise a day and dropped down to 77. We got clouds. Wow. Low 90s. That is hot. 77 sounds really good though. Beth says, we just had over 10 inches of wet snow Sunday. Now it's all gone. I am totally glad that I am not there. Mailman Carl says, would spray adhesive work for putting down the picture? I'm sure it would. As long as you let it fully dry, I'm sure it would hold the picture down. But I would try it first just to see. I know that when you can apply vinyl stickers and it works perfectly fine. Thomas says, I'm doing a keepsake coffee table for my son's marriage present. Oh, that's really, really cool. So what kind of keepsakes are, like, how are you going to be able to put things in the coffee table? Is it going to lift, or does it have a drawer? What does it look like? Rusty says, better than yesterday. I'm in Michigan too. A lot of you guys are in Michigan. That's really cool. I'm sorry that it's that it's so cold there, though. Letitia says, I do epoxy tumblers, but I'm so scared to try my hand at any type of woodwork. I've seen yours, and it's a bit intimidating. Letitia, hey, so you do epoxy tumblers. So do you have a lathe or something that spins them while you do the epoxy? And also, if you are familiar with how to mix epoxy, you already have the upper hand when it comes to woodworking, because I would say that making sure the epoxy is mixed correctly is one of the bigger parts of doing that. So if you ever need any help with the woodworking part, feel free to just send me a comment or post up on the Good View Woodworks page. Yes, a 10-inch cup turner. Okay, well, that's cool. Shyam says, epoxy painting is so much fun. I actually studied paintings, and I am just done painting on my dining table. That's really cool. I'd like to see a picture of that. Thomas says, just pictures of him and his new wife. They're high school sweethearts. Just prom pics, grad pics, college pics. Thought about getting some of both as kids to add. That's really, really cool. That's going to be a really cool project. They're going to be able to keep that and have that forever. So that's awesome. Well, guys, it's about that time for me to hop off of here. Tonight, I will be adding the first coat of epoxy to my Cheapskate challenge entry. I'm really excited to see you guys. Cliff says, don't go. I'm really to see the entries that you guys have ready. It's going to be really, really exciting. And remember, you could either send them to the Facebook page, Good View Woodworks, or also to Instagram at Good View Woodworks. Feel free to send those things there by midnight on Friday. So guys, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for coming and hanging out and just asking questions. That's what Shop Talk Tuesday is all about, is to just send me some questions, and hopefully I have the answers, and just to get a community together so we can chat back and forth. Cliff says Megan likes your stutter. Yeah, I'm sure she does. Tell her I get it from you. I can't help it. But guys, thanks for watching. Do me a favor, if you do like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you like coming in here hanging out with me on Tuesdays, do me a favor and share this video if you can. Thanks guys, thanks for hanging out with me and watching. It's been awesome. And I can't wait to see your entries for the